Hello all you beautiful people, how you doing today? This is Levitimtress and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome, hi! Today we're going to be talking about another Sky Factory 4 tutorial, and this one is a part 2. Last time we set up a basic ME Applied Energistics system, and today we're going to make more advanced and all this cool stuff. It's going to be awesome. So, let's get started. And I will link part 1 down below, so if you missed that one, you can watch that one. This is how to set up the more intricate details and stuff. Alright, so to start off with, we're going to need these special nether quartz, so they have to be the pure ones. So in order to do that, we're going to take some crushed quartz and some sand, and that'll give us nether quartz seed. Now you can also do the same thing if you take sand and fluix dust. It'll give you fluix seed. So either way works. But we're going to take some of these and we're going to discuss two different ways to do them. So the first way, you can use crystal growth accelerator. And honestly, you want to just bypass and go to the bigger one. But to make the crystal growth accelerator, you need 2 of the ME glass fluix cables. Again, like I said, that's probably the only one you're going to need to make, honestly, in this pack. And then a fluix block in the middle, 2 quartz glass, and 4 iron ingots. Now you're going to take 6 of those with another ME glass cable, fluix, a chest, and a hopper, and that's going to make our crystal growth chamber. This is specifically for Applied Energistics. So with this, we have it hooked up so it's connected to power, or you can connect it by cable, either way. But make sure it's connected to the AE cable power system. Now this is what it's going to give us, the pure nether quartz crystals. So if we put 1 in here, put 2 in there. Now these are going to go through stages and you can watch them grow. And it grows pretty fast, right? Not too bad. And you can actually see it grow through the different stages, which is kind of cool. But it goes through different stages until it gets to this. So this is going to take a while. Now it has to go through another stage. So it takes a little while. So as much as you can do this, there's much faster ways. See, look how long that took. Now let's go over here to the enrichment factory. So it's just the enrichment from mechanism. So you put a stack of these in there. And look at it. It's so much faster. So honestly, this is the way I suggest doing this, because you get it so much faster. But that's just my opinion. Now, of course, last time, if you missed it, you can just make the fluix cables here with, what is it called? This crystallized mineral chunk. Yeah. All right. So now that we have that, we need to make our energy cell. Now we're going to upgrade it further. So you're going to need a couple of these pure nether quartz crystals. I usually start by making a whole stack. So you're going to want the quartz glass in the middle, 4 of the fluix dust, and 4 of the pure nether quartz crystals. And that's going to give you 1 energy cell. Now you can use these to store energy for your ME system, but what we really want it for is we want to make the dents. And honestly, if you want it to store energy for your system, you're probably going to want to make 2. I usually don't use this because I have other power connected. But if you want to store power for it, then make this. So you need 8 of those with a calculation processor in the middle. Well, how do we make the calculation processor? With our calculation press, where did I put it? I think I put it up here. Yeah. Oh, no, that's... Okay, hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, so with the calculation press, you're going to take the pure nether quartz crystal and put it in. And it's simply going to make you the printed calculation circuit. Now, just like before, now to combine them, you're going to take that, and let me grab some redstone. Because then we're just going to combine them, and it doesn't matter which one they're in, but you're going to combine that, and that. And that's going to make our our circuit that we need, our calculation processor. All right, so that is what we put in the middle of this. So for the dense energy cell, so that's what we need. You have to make at least one of those if you want a wireless terminal. And come on now, who doesn't want a wireless terminal, right? We all want a wireless terminal. All right, so you're going to need at least one for the wireless terminal if you're using something else for power. Okay, so next we're going to need a Fluix Pearl. And for that, we're going to take 4 Fluix dust, 4 of the Fluix crystals, and an ender pearl in the middle. And that'll make us 1 Fluix Pearl. Now with Fluix Pearl, we're going to take that and put a quartz fiber and the 3 iron. And that's going to make us our wireless receiver. See, we're building up to making this. Now this is the one that I don't have connected yet. Now we're going to take that wireless receiver with the ME terminal that we made last time. So check out video 1 if you need to know how to make that. And another of those dense energy cells. So that's going to make our wireless terminal here. So this is what it looks like when it's first made. And if you try to use it, it's not powered, it's not connected, nothing. So what we want to do is, we want to take a basic energy cube, again from Mechanism, and you're going to just pop it in there. And voila! Power! Now, you really want a higher one, obviously. This one isn't storing any power. So if I grab a GPS, whoops. And if you need to know how to link the power, I also have a one on this. Whoops, my bad. Might want to link it first. There we go. That might be a little bit important. There we go. All right, so now that will fully power it. But once it's fully powered, this one's getting power. Well, it's being derped, but it's getting power. So once it's getting power, then you're going to place it in one of these security terminals. You're going to place it up here. Whoops. You're going to take it and you're going to place it up here, and that's going to link it for you after it's powered. But you're also going to need a biometric card. So let's go see how to make those. So for those, well, a couple things. For the biometric card, you're going to need an engineering processor, 2 iron ingots, 2 gold ingots, and a piece of redstone. Now, the way this works is you're going to take your biometric card and you're going to shift right click. And now if you look at it, it's going to say it's tied directly to me. So it's my biometric card. So that is what we're going to put in the security terminal. But we also are going to need a wireless access point in order to use this terminal to connect it to our system. So for that, we're going to need another wireless receiver, a calculation processor, and an ME glass cable. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to set this right on top. It has to be attached to a Fluix cable or directly to it. So you want one of these directly attached. But once you directly attach it, then we're going to make wireless booster cards. But then it will allow you, I already have it connected, but it'll allow you to access this. Now the booster cards make it so you can connect to it from further away, which is nice. All right, so next we're going to need an ME chest. So for the ME chest, we're going to take another ME terminal, 2 glass, regular glass, not the quartz, 2 glass cables, the Fluix again, 2 iron ingots, and a Fluix crystal. And that's going to make us an ME chest. Now with the ME chest, this is how we're going to make the security terminal. So the ME chest, a 16K drive, and I will show you in just a minute how to make the 16, 4 iron ingots, an engineering processor, and 2 of the glass Fluix cables. So that's going to make our security terminal, and the security terminal is the one I showed you. When you have it, it either needs to be connected by cable or it needs to be sitting directly next to the system, so the blocks are touching. So that's the one where you will put it up here after you put your biometric card here, and it will link you to the system here. Again, you have to be connected directly to it though. All right, so now let's talk about the drives. Well, we went over this drive last time, but in case you didn't want to watch that one, this one is the 1K drive, and so 1K, the component part of it. And so for this, you're going to need 4 redstone, 4 flux crystals, and 1 logic processor. Now, to make the 4K, we're going to need 3 of those 1Ks, 4 redstone, a calculation processor, and a quartz glass in the middle. And that'll make us the 4K. Now to make us the 16K, you're going to take 3 of the 4Ks, 4 glowstone, a quartz glass in the middle, and a calculation processor. And that'll make us the 16K, which is what we need for the security terminal here. Okay, but further than that, you can also go further, and you can also turn any level of these, because we did the 1Ks before, but you can turn any level of these into the storage drives, and I'll show you that in just a second. Now, if you take 3 of the 16s, 4 glowstone dust, the quartz glass in the middle, and the calculation press, you make the 64K drive. Now, to put all these, you can do it 2 different ways to make them as drives so you can insert them into your drive. You can either add them to a storage housing, which is 2 quartz glass, 3 redstone, and 3 iron ingots at the bottom in this shape. You can either make this, or you can take these drives, and this same configuration works on any of these drives, so it works on all of them. Or you can just stick it directly in the middle, and there you go, you have a storage cell. Now, pay attention, because even though you can store 64,000, it's still only 63 types of items. So if you make the bigger ones, it's still only going to be able to hold 63 different items. But you can hold much, much more of those items. So that would be for stuff that you're going to want a lot of storage for. Now this, I wanted to just show you, this is for the fluid components, and for that, instead of the redstone, you're going to switch out for the lapis or blue dye, and that will work on making these. So that's how you do the fluid one versus the regular storage component ones. And as you can see, like I was talking about before, now you can see this is orange, which means that drive is starting to get full. But this other one, we haven't even touched it, and there's nothing in it yet. So this first one, we have 943 out of 1,024 bytes used, and 62 out of 63 types. Now, because we have different types, but there's still room in the other one, this one has 10 types out of 63, and 143 out of 1,024. Now, if we add this one, once those are full, it'll go to that one and start putting stuff in that one. And again, you can fill this all up. There's 10 of them. So the drive capacity that you do is completely up to you. All right, now before we start getting into setting all that up, let's talk about the different kind of things that we can put on it. So this one is the import bus, and this is annihilation core, 2 iron ingots, and a sticky piston. Then we have the export bus, and that's 2 iron ingots, a regular piston, and a formation core. And then we have the storage bus, and that is an interface, a sticky piston, and a regular piston. And over here we have a portable cell, which is really cool. This is something that you can take with you. And as you can see, it'll hold 27 types of items, and it has 512 bytes. So these are kind of cool. It does need power, so it's not like a regular backpack. It does need power, but it is something you can take with you if you need some storage on the go. So it's kind of nice, plus you can search in it. All right, so for this one, you're going to need another ME chest, a 1K storage component, and an energy cell, and that'll give you your portable cell here. All right, one more thing. Okay, then we also want to make one of these advanced inscribers. Now the cool thing about the advanced inscribers, let's see, do we have silicone in here? No. Let me just grab something out real quick. So let's grab out some silicone. There it is. Alright, now the cool things about these, obviously in these you can only do one at a time. You can automate them, but it's so much easier just to do the advanced. Look at this. Now it's not connected right now because I moved this one, but let's see how to make those. So that's going to take one of the inscribers, which is the one I picked up, 2 hoppers, 2 engineer press, and 4 iron ingots. And that makes the advanced inscribers. And I love the advanced inscribers because then you can just automate them and it makes it so much easier. As long as you have it connected to the power, then these will just keep going. And you can put anything that you can make with the inscriber, you can put in the advanced and make them. But you can make a whole bunch of them, which is nice. All right. So now let's get into setting up our system. Hold on. There's one I didn't see. Okay, we got 2 more recipes. I almost forgot because I put them in weird places. All right, so the next one is a crafting terminal, and this one's pretty important, and I'll show you the difference between the regular terminal and the crafting terminal. So the crafting terminal, you want to take one of the ME terminals, and if you don't want the one you have, just use it. You don't need to make another one unless you want to. And then a calculation processor and a crafting station, and that'll give us our crafting terminal. And just like how we set up the ME terminal, you just set up the crafting terminal the same way. Now, if you notice the difference, the only difference is you can craft off this one, which is really nice, and I actually prefer the crafting terminals just to the regular terminals because you can still see everything in it, but this one you can actually craft off of. Now, the other thing is the wireless boosters. I already showed you how to use them, but this is the recipe. So you need Fluix dust, an ender dust, which is crushing an ender pearl, a Fluix crystal, and 3 iron ingots. Each recipe gives you 2, and then you go over to your access point and you put them in there. And then as you see, the more you add, you can see how far it gets you. So those are pretty nice. Now let's get into being able to store and access other things other than what we have in our ME system. So first of all, I set up a bonsai tree here. Now the bonsai tree is growing like normal. I just did a diamond sapling, but I have the diamond resin automatically coming over here. And maybe if we wait just a minute, you'll actually see it expand. Of course not, because it's taking forever. I think because there's no room in here right now. So you would really want everything to process out of here, but the reason why we're not going to do that is because I'm going to show you a better way in just a minute. Let me take some. Okay, so now the diamond resin is coming in. So now you'll see this. Now you can see that it's going up. So this is automatically going in here. Now the way we're doing that is, and the reason why this is an important part of this is because it's kind of confusing. So this, we're going to have the import bus coming out of the chest. But if you think of it this way, you're importing into the system. So it's weird because you would think you would want to put an export bus, but you actually want the import because you're taking what's in the chest and importing it into the system. So all you have to do is click on the chest, do whatever you want to pull out. You can pull out everything, but I just wanted this specifically to pull out the resin. Now I have the cables running to the back of our storage thing here. And for this one, I have an export on here because I want it to export everything from the system and from over there. And I want it to export, and again, I just clicked in here and put the resin on it. And you can add accelerators, but for something like this, I really didn't need to. Now, it's just automatically going to pull any resin that it finds in the system automatically to here. Now we could do the same for something like oak wood. So if we put, let me get one out. If we get another one, just a second. Okay, so if I grab another export, like what we have here, and I put it on here, and we just take one out, and say that I want all the wood from the system to come into here. Now you see it's automatically going to pull. Now if we take that out, it will automatically start pulling the wood into the system over here. So it's pretty neat. Now the difference is, okay, so that's the import and export. Now this one is a storage bus. Now the difference between that and the storage bus, so like we're gonna put diamond acorns in here, okay? Now if we look in the system, we can see the diamond acorns. Even if I take them all out of here. So we can still see the diamond acorns because you can see what's in here. But it's not going to move these out of anywhere. It's not going to pull them out of here. It's just going to say these are stored here and allow you to access it from the system. So that's the main difference. So if you just want something stored here, you do that. But if you want it to export from something else, see, it's not automatically going to pull any that it comes in here. It's not going to pull them into here because it's just a storage bus. Okay? And as you can see, it's still pulling in those. Now, here's one that I don't have connected to anything. But if I connected it immediately, it would pull all those in there. But what I wanted to show was, if we look, I did that one prosperity so we could look and see different stuff. All right, so let me pull all the prosperity stuff out. Now, what we're going to do with this one is we're going to pick this up. Because this is one of the really cool things about having like bonsai trees. You can use an import bus and put your bonsai hopper directly on top of it. So shift click, there you go. I have the blue mulch, which is the highest you can get just for, you know, purposes. But if you look in here and we type in prosperity again, now all that's going to automatically come into the system. So anything this bonsai tree grows now, and you can set up huge systems. This one, most of the time Applied Energistics has channels, and you can only go so many channels. But on Sky Factory 4, they actually disabled that, so you can set up as many of these as you want. There is no limit. So you can set up every kind of bonsai tree you can do. You can set up exactly like this and have it directly come into your system. Now, eventually you're going to want to set up storage devices or have like big, huge units, or possibly even do black hole units, depending on how much you're going to do. You're probably going to want a black hole unit for the oak wood and the sticks, because those you get a lot of out of all the different saplings. But I will go over the black hole unit and all that in a different one. But that is how you set all this up. And like, as you can see, I am only using the ME glass Fluix cables. I am not using anything else. I don't have any other cables running except for this one. Now, of course, you can set up fluid stuff and all that too. But most of the time, people want to know about this type of storage system, not the fluid. So fluid is very similar. You just got to look at the different recipes and store it a little bit differently. That's really the only difference. All right, well, that is how you do all this. It's very awesome, and it allows you to pull stuff in pretty nicely, I think, anyway. But if you have any other questions or comments, let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, for sure hit that subscribe button, because I will have lots more tutorials coming out, and we're going to be going over a lot of different things. All right, until next time, this is Lava Temptress. Don't get burned. Bye!